All right, so I throw on the track jacket and I'm ready to discuss Kill Bill Volume 1. This is actually my first time that I've ever seen this movie. Before we jump into that, as of today, August 28th, the day that I'm filming this, probably not the day that this video comes out, I officially became a YouTube partner, 4,000 watch hours, over 1,000 subs, so thank you so much for helping me get here. So something that I really want to do, which is what I'm doing right now, is take a movie I've yet to see, watch it, and then talk about it. Kill Bill Volume 1 came out in 2003. I was 8 years old around the time of that movie coming out. I just always was attracted to the bright visuals, the yellow tracksuit, everything, the Kill Bill, and I'm just like, who is Bill? Now after, I don't know, decades later, I've finally been able to get my hands on this movie. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this one a lot, and I'm not a huge fan of Quentin Tarantino. So at its premise, Kill Bill is a very, very simple story in nature. It's a revenge story. Everybody loves revenge stories. Uma Thurman plays the bride who, at the beginning of the movie, is just shot in the head, and I was absolutely just taken back by that scene. And I've got to say, the opening of this film too, it's very artistic, very cinematic, and very beautiful. It makes you ask questions, and then the rest of the film, it's just here to explain this absolutely wild roller coaster of a ride, and I was just hooked straight from the get-go. There are many things I personally enjoy about films, but one of the biggest things has to be a movie that makes me ask questions, that makes me just intrigued by the story and enthralled by the characters. It's simple to follow, but it just makes you ask so many questions, like, why is she the bride? Who is Bill? And there's just so much more that I've yet to discover because I've yet to see Volume 2 of Kill Bill. So please, no spoilers in the comments section. And if you guys do end up wanting to see me review Kill Bill Volume 2, which I most likely will sometime in the future, but I'll do it a lot quicker if this video can get to at least, let's say 25 likes, somewhere around that ballpark. But what's really strange about this movie, it is like a bouncy ball. You don't really know where it's gonna go next. I think the ball is going in this direction, but instead the bouncy ball is on the ceiling now, and we're watching an anime. Yeah, this movie turns into an anime at some point, and I'm just absolutely here for it because if you guys don't know me, I love anime. Big fan of Naruto, just anything shonen, really. I absolutely adore. Jujutsu Kaisen is blowing me away currently. So when I saw the animated scenes in this film, I just couldn't breathe, but I couldn't breathe in a really good way. That sounds weird, but yeah, I was holding my breath, and when the visuals popped off, I was just completely enthralled. Lucy Liu's character, Oren Ishii, I believe, her name was crossed off in the very first fight. So the timing of this movie, I'm not completely sold on. I don't understand. Maybe that's going to be answered in the next movie. Otherwise, I'm just, at this point, kind of confused as to why they introduced the first fight the way they did. But I do believe that if we had a little bit more time with this character of Oren Ishii, I feel like the film would have been a little bit more compelling. The end, the finale of her character arc, she completely unfolds yet again. So it's just a very weird journey. And I also understand that these characters, they're not characters that you need to follow. You're here to follow Uma Thurman's character. There's a lot going on with her character and a lot that you just absolutely adore about her arc. You kind of want to sympathize with the villains to some degree, which the movie, yes, it does make you do, but I do feel like they could have capitalized that just a little bit better in my opinion. But who knows, they could be saving that for a Volume 2 for all I know. I mean, Bill, we don't really know a lot about him other than we have to kill him. You just really want to see some justice for the bride, and I'm just excited to watch Kill Bill Volume 2. This plot is just absolutely wacky, but in the way that Quentin Tarantino can nail it. The lead character, she's in a coma after being shot in the head. When she's asleep in the hospital, you hear about things that are going on there. It just made my spine shiver. I hated that. I just felt very queasy and uncomfortable, but the way she handled it after waking up from her coma, that you can only feel that kind of gratification once in your life, and I'm just glad I got to finally experience it, especially as an adult. I wasn't anticipating much other than, oh, okay, it's Quentin Tarantino, ha ha ha, and then I walk away from the TV and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I understand the hype now. let's go see some more Quentin Tarantino movies. I still have to go see Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and a few others to boot. Christmas has passed, it's the next day, but there's still presents to unwrap. The Viper Assassination Squad, they're each named after snakes. The Bride, she's Black Mamba. There's Cottonmouth. It's like, what is the metaphor behind these that represent these characters? I don't understand it, but I hope that some of these questions do get answered. And then they travel to Japan, where there's even more lore about almost like a Yakuza character, which those do get introduced later in the film. But this guy, he makes steel that's like capable of killing people, and all of it connects. And I really enjoyed that about the world building in this movie. I'm a huge fan of world building. There were a few things that kind of threw me for a loop, such as the technical details of the slow motion. I don't think back then we had the capabilities of doing really, really well slow-mo, and you could see some of the frames skip in those situations, and some of the dialogue can be a bit cringy here and there. But once you really get connected with these characters and you get used to them, and you understand just how wacky this world is and how it is based off of real actions in our world, just kind of amplified to the max, you kind of get enveloped by it. You get used to it over time. And Kill Bill Volume 1, just, again, it sucks you in. You're there for the ride. And overall, it's just a great time for, I'd say, most adults to enjoy this film. Now, this is a rated R movie, so kids, please stray away from this one. And also, something that this movie struck a chord with me personally is that of the strong female characters. Hollywood has been really trying to push for strong female characters, and yet they seem to fail each and every time. However, in this movie, I think that they execute it very well. There's Sarah Connor from Terminator, Ripley from Alien, and now the Bride from Kill Bill. Overall, this movie, Kill Bill, do I recommend it? It gets an Airing Austin stamp of approval. Thank you so much for watching my review on Kill Bill Volume 1. Again, if you guys want to see a review on Kill Bill Volume 2, be sure to leave a like on this video. Let me know what you guys thought about this movie. Leave a comment down below. Have you seen it? Have you not seen it? For more movie reviews and TV discussions, be sure to hit the sub button and turn that notification bell for more content. Otherwise, you guys can click on one of the videos shown on screen. The YouTube algorithm really does prefer it, so keeps the watch time going, really helps me grow as a channel. I do plan on making some more videos about older movies. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Otherwise, my name is Austin, and I'll see you all in the next one.